Hey everybody. I'm actually coming live to you from my car. I hope you guys can see me at least a little bit. But I am driving. But I did not want to not have to do this live. So, hey, it's Robin, your glamour planner. And tonight I wasn't going to be long. If you guys been following us all week, we've been on live together. And we got quite a few lives going on today. But I didn't want to miss mine because I just wanted to show some gratitude, not just to the Creator, not just to God, but gratitude to you guys too who've been on this journey with me, whether you're planning with me, you're gardening with me, lifestyle, herbalism, whatever it is that you have been on this journey with me. I just wanted to do, this live tonight all about just some lessons. And I don't want it to be just me talking. Hey, Laura's backyard gardening. How you doing, my love? How are you? I am here driving, so hope you all can see me. Y'all see my face already. It's me. Um, so I just wanted to get on here. I did my notes, I did my studying and research things I wanted to talk about, but I wanted it to be interactive. And I'm actually on a few minutes earlier. I'm usually late. I apologize about that. I'm getting better. I'm getting better with it. So welcome to the nighttime tea. How are you? How you doing, Laura? How's everything going? It's funny when I came up with the idea of wanting to do this live. I wanted to talk about blessings from the garden, life lessons from the garden, and I didn't want to copy anybody else's, theme. I've seen some podcast, some people doing, garden lessons, you know, but I just believe my approach is different. And again, I didn't want to copy anybody. I wanted to just talk about some blessings and life lessons that we get from the garden. So I'm gonna let you guys get in this live. Come hang out with me tonight. I'm driving. I am being safe. It's hands free on this live. I'm hoping it lets me know if anybody else that I sent the link to want to come in and be on this live. And actually, I probably better turn the volume off on my iPad because it will ring and interrupt the live. So, Lord have mercy. This light is so bright that I wanted to let me turn this volume down. I ain't gonna take it. He knew he should have went past me in the first place. All right, so let me see what you said, Laura. Hey, Mona. Did you see the link I sent you? I am well, y'all. We've had some fun hanging out all week. Shout out to Mona. We've been on her lives all week. Between her, Mr. Rosa Peach Nut, and all the other wonderful ladies. So I wasn't going to be on my live long because we actually got some other lives to be a part of tonight as well. But I didn't want to bypass what was on my heart and my mind to share with you guys tonight. And it's been on there for a couple weeks because I had missed some lives, and I'm going to go back to doing the herbs and everything. But I just wanted to again show some gratitude tonight. But I want us to chat about it. So there's some. I think I have about maybe five, no more than like seven lessons that I learned from the garden, and it's just to me, I feel like it's been a wonderful kind of transformative journey for me, also a spiritual journey for me, gardening. and it does intertwine with, I am a planner girl, so everything about my life is planning and organizing. I do a lot of team building and youth leadership and things like that. So doing the garden has also kind of fit right into everywhere I am in my space, the goals that I'm trying to achieve, the redirection that I'm trying to go with my life, and expanding on what I believe God's purpose is for me. And again, these are my thoughts. These are, my feelings. And, you know, this, you're going to hear me talk about God. You're going to hear me talk about Allah, whatever I choose, for my spirituality. And if that offends you, you might want to leave this channel. I say it all the time because I don't want to be offensive to anyone, but I'm going to be true to me. And with that, again, I've felt so much spiritual growth, and also my growth as far as networking, my growth as far as communicating, resources, finding resources and people, spiritual resources, educational resources. There's so much joy that I get, and we're going to talk about joy because that's one of the lessons that I learned about gardening. But joy, I'm saying joy because Mona is in here, and I'm telling you, I've been laughing all week with these ladies on the live, and there's so much joy that I get being in the garden, and I get to share that with you guys. I get to laugh with you guys, and some of y'all, like Mona, I know I get to share some of my challenges and triumphs with, and I don't want you. So with that, I'm gonna start with number one. Now I need y'all to answer in the comments. Now here I can see comments, so you can comment on the live, and I will see it. So the first thing is resilience. So much resilience in the garden. What that means to you guys in the comments. What is to, but let me know. What is resilience to you? If that is a lesson that you've learned in the garden, but resilience is a lesson that you'll see me turn the light on from time to time, just so that you guys can see me, and also so I can sneak peek at my notes. But resilience is number one. Is resilience something you guys experienced in the garden? Resilience. Resilience. That's the ability to do things. Hey, God's desire. How are you doing? Resilience is not just surviving through, but learning a lesson along the way, making it through challenges, seeing challenges, learning from those challenges. Like I'm saying, these lessons we learn through the challenges that we have in the garden. I hope you came up. Oh my God, we're not doing this. Mona. Hi, Mona.
Hello,
Hi, how are you? Good
I'm
evening.
fine. How you
You
doing?
good? Ah, I'm so blessed. I've taken on a different kind of mindset where I'm taking back control of my thinking, and challenges and things that happen, not allowing them to, disrupt me, and kind of just, I feel like I'm kind of like getting back on my path. I was watching my garden, and it's funny, Mona, but I was so excited, right? I was doing all the lessons I learned from you guys on how to start these carrots, and then the rain came and drowned them out. And me smiling through that and not getting upset, crying about it,
Right. There's nothing you
being
can do about that.
resilient. Right.
Start all
And
over again.
it's so funny. I was at DT, and I picked up another pack of carrot seeds. Just
Okay.
gonna do it again.
And do it
Gonna
again.
do it again. Do it again.
Yeah.
And I mean, they was looking good, but again, that is, I connect nature with my spiritual growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm loving that, and knowing that you can try again. Every day we get a new day, and we get to try again and do it all
Again.
over again. It's a
Right.
new slate, nobody can hold you to the past. I used to enjoy getting on. Remember they were doing the Wednesday gardening police, and I should get on there and be like, man, I done DOA'd another plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these lessons, and I was saying the connectedness to you guys and everybody that's always here. Hey, Jane Doe. And how I've learned a lot. And I know Miss Georgia Peachno was the main one saying, do it again, Jim Carrots, do
Right.
it again.
Right.
And
Right.
I got further this time. You know what I'm saying? I got a
Right.
whole lot further. I
Right.
mean, they were looking good. And, hey,
So
it
that
happened.
means next time you're gonna go a little bit further.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have faith in that.
Yes.
I had faith in that. Because I'm telling I don't know if you know, but carrots themselves have amazing health benefits that other vegetables don't have. And one of them you already know, they're good for your eyes. But carrots are not only good for your eyes, but they're good for your skin, your lips. They're good for your hair, your scalp. There's so many health benefits, and I've been on this kick, and it had blew my mind when I found out that the carrots, the more baby carrots you find in the store, are not the actual carrots. They either shaped them, they're scraps of carrots. Like, it's so many things. And I was talking to Gaza's Eye earlier. She was telling me about how she was planning her garden to sustain her, in case things change environmentally. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I was just thinking about that's resilient, being able to work through any of the challenges and come through it, and you learn from it. You know what I mean? You don't let it defeat you, but you actually learn from it.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's why
great.
I was like, that's one of the big ones for me, being resilient. And I
Okay.
don't want to just survive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then I'm
So
not
you want to
operating
live,
on a
right?
right. Because
Huh.
then I feel like I'm not living. If I
Right.
don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying the process. Put it like that. Being
Right.
resilient is allowing you to enjoy the process, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the bounties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You got me on this doggone phone.
Let me see what
Look.
did Laura say.
So when you do this like this, only but me and you can be here, right?
Oh, okay. No, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
When you use YouTube, when you go live on YouTube,
Uh huh.
it's called Go Live, and you send it to somebody. Only but you and that person can come on.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy
So
you
when you
came on.
go, so huh?
I'm happy you came on.
Of course, you sent me the link and you asked me to.
I did
We was supposed to be working on the StreamYard thing, but you're not even at home to work on
to
anything.
do it. I know. I
Look,
know.
I was trying to hurry up and cut my grass.
I
Look,
appreciate you.
look, I'm over here rushing, running through, and I'm like, oh Lord, I know my chest is hurting, but I gotta get it done.
Oh
Oh,
my
it's gonna
God!
be all
Don't
right, but I
pass
gotta
out
get
for
it done.
me. Look,
Look, I
don't
hurried
pass out
up.
for me. Oh, I
Look,
appreciate
sweating
you.
like a pig. Look at here.
I'm gonna have to double up the gift, the box I got for you.
Oh, you got a gift for me?
I do, I do, I do. I've been putting it together. I do, I do,
Oh, we
I
know it
do.
took you 50 years to get a
I
doggone box together.
listen. I'm telling you, I got gift cards that belong to people you don't even want to hear. Lord.
No, don't do that. I guess I'm just extra. I don't like to hold on. If I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I try and hurry up and do it because I'll forget, and I know I will. So, and I do forget. I have forgotten some people, and that'd be like, did I tell you I was gonna send you something?
Right.
If you ain't got it yet, baby, you better let me know, cause
Let you know,
look,
right? Out of
I'm
sight,
gonna
out
tell
of
you. Let me
mind.
tell you this.
Uh
I have a godson, right?
huh.
And long time ago, um, his mom had some issues, and they took all the kids. So I did my best to
Oh.
get him,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I couldn't keep him, so I had to let him go.
Oh.
My baby found me. He
Wow.
found me. He was what, 9, 10 years old, and
Oh.
now he is a grown man.
Oh, what a
He getting ready to
blessing.
turn 29 years old. I'm like, Lord have
Oh.
mercy. And this
Oh
baby,
my
he
God.
said, I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you. Look, look,
Oh.
look, look, it's so
Oh.
crazy. I'm trying not to be emotional, but he
I understand.
requests me, right?
Yes.
And I'm looking, I was like, Mac, I don't know no Mac. I hurry up and boot him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always getting requests. So
Yes.
he was getting ready to get booted. This young man coming at me, what baby? No,
You thought he was
look.
looking for a
He was
sugar
getting
mama,
ready
huh?
something to say, but the last name was familiar, and I was like, I know that last name,
Right.
but let me go through and see what I could see.
Yes.
I'm like, I mean, this is a nice looking young man. I see you, baby. Girl, I seen it. I'm like, that's my baby. That's my
Oh,
baby. That's my baby. Oh my God.
well, you thought you
Girl.
was about to be somebody's sugar mama, huh?
No. No. He was getting ready to get the boot. That's what was getting ready to happen. No, he was getting ready to get the boot.
It's so
So,
funny. I be looking at requests like that too. I be like, why you want to request from me? Like, we got nothing in common. I be side eyeing people like, huh?
girl,
But I'm glad
I am
you
a
found
proud
him.
grandma. I got a grandbaby. Oh, I
Oh,
can't wait to see him. I got a grandbaby.
oh. Do they live
Look,
near you?
I'm just, huh? Girl, yes,
What?
yes,
Oh
yes.
my God, that's the even better blessing.
It sure is because it's not far. It's like a 40-minute drive, but which that to me that's around the corner.
Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah, 40's not bad. 40's not
No,
bad.
because I was just over there last weekend getting my hair done.
Yeah, we
I'm
see
like,
you look
I
fancy.
was that close. I was so close to him
Yes.
when I went to get my
Oh,
hair done.
and
Yeah,
didn't know.
and didn't
Wow.
know, and didn't know, and didn't know.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
wow. Oh, he started crying and everything. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Oh,
My
I
baby, he's been looking
prayers.
for me.
Look, he
Yeah,
survived. Blessings,
yeah,
he
he survived a
survived.
lot. He didn't survive. He
Yeah.
went to the service for 7 years.
Oh,
Like what?
wow.
He went
And
into the
followed in your footsteps.
Navy. Huh?
Wow. And followed in your footsteps.
You know what? And I was like, I'm a veteran. He was like, yeah, I know. I said, oh, okay, okay. So,
What a blessing.
he probably thought about a lot of things we talked about when he was young because, I'm the type of godmother, I keep it real. I
Yep.
don't I don't hide anything. I say
Right.
things that a lot of people don't say to their children.
Right.
If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I ain't cut no corners. I'm giving it to you. But that's what my mom did for me. She didn't cut corners. She told me straight up what life was really about. when I was young, so I already knew ahead of time. You know, don't be sugarcoating nothing. Yeah,
I'm
I
so glad you
girl,
found him. That
I
that
am
is
so
amazing.
happy right now. I was like, I have even
Oh,
more to live for now.
I
My
know
my
that's
baby
right.
found me, and
Wow.
he told me his mom passed away 3 years ago. So
Oh,
yeah, he need me. He need me.
absolutely,
He need his
absolutely.
Gigi. He
We
need
are
his Gigi.
one community, absolutely,
Yeah,
and that
and I was
makes him
telling
part
them
of our
about my
family.
goddaughters, and I have
Yeah.
a 6-year-old godson, and he looked at me like, "But you still
Oh.
my baby. I saw you be born. I watched him be born, so that's
Right.
my baby. You
Tell him he
know,
ain't gotta be jealous. He's still yours too.
of course, always.
Oh.
And I tried to get him to understand. I have a godson that's over 40,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
goddaughter. That's he ain't the first. I got
Right.
three
Right.
godchildren before him. I
Right.
was collecting godchildren when I was a teenager.
I
My
did
friends
too.
was having all them babies. Look,
Yep.
I was the godmama.
Me and my
Yeah.
sister were the neighborhood godmamas. We always had somebody's kids at our
Somebody's
house.
baby. That was me.
Yep.
I always had
Always.
somebody's baby. And my
Yep.
neighbor next door, I always had her baby. When she had him, girl, I used to put him on my arm and carry him. Put
Oh.
his head in my hand and carry him like that. That's how little he was. And I would take that baby everywhere with me. Like he was
Oh.
mine, you know.
Oh.
Hey,
Luna, that's a blessing. That is a
girl,
blessing.
I
You
feel
know what?
I'm on top of the world.
I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that everything is connected, that everything happens for a reason, and even the challenging ones. And I believe that he came back into your life at the perfect time that you can pour into him. You know what I'm saying?
Guess
At this
what?
stage of his
That's
development,
what
you can still
you
pour into him.
crazy.
You can
Lord
still
have
have an
mercy.
impact on his life. But imagine not just him, now his children. You know what I'm
You
saying? He
I,
remembers
I
your
just
love and
said
now
that.
wants that same love for his children, which is why he was seeking you out.
I was telling him that, it wasn't, even though we both was looking for each other, all this
Right.
time we was looking for each other. And it wasn't our timing, it was God's
Yep.
timing.
Yep.
Everything happens for a reason. And
Yep.
like I was telling him, trying to explain to him, even though I had to take him back, it wasn't too long after that when I got sick. So I still wouldn't have been able to take care of him because I had got sick.
Right.
So
Oh, right.
everything happens for a reason, you know?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
But he
And
turned
you know
out
how
to
I said
be
it's a
a
new day?
wonderful man. I'm like, but see, look, I'm like,
Oh,
oh my God. Oh my
what a
God.
blessing. I
Oh
can
God.
feel your joy. What a
Girl,
blessing. You know,
it is.
I don't know if I shared this with you guys before, and I'm gonna get back to our gardening lessons, but this is a lesson too, y'all. But I grew up in foster care. Worst experience of my life. Worst experience. But, my mom went through her challenges, and she came back into our life. The funny thing is, she had prepared our family. She had told my dad to get himself together. She had told my grandmother to get herself together, and she knew that she was coming back into our life, and she was coming to get us. And so she came back in our life at the time when we needed her most, which we were teenagers, about to become young ladies. We were like 14, 15. You know what I mean? And at that time, we were just learning about being a young lady. And my mom was, oh my God, just amazing. I would hear stories of her that her friends and people would tell me, but I look at everything she poured into us when she finally came back in our life, and I wouldn't have traded for the world.
Right.
There were challenges that we had, but it also spared us from some of the pain that our family went through.
Right. Right.
Me and
Right.
my sister and my brother, we were literally just talking about this, about how our mom, when she went through what she went through, it saved us from a lot of the heartache and challenges that my family members are going through today. that we're not going through that because, we were away from our mom and we didn't have to go through what they're going through. And they're now, they're just going through a lot, and I pray over
Hmm.
them all the time. And we thank our mom, even though, being in that system is a horrible experience. Not everybody, there are a few that do have a great experience, but, for us, we did not, but I say that to say we're on God's timing. And my
Right.
mom came back perfect timing. So now you have this perfect opportunity. Like I am so big on right now is that every day that we rise, we have this new chance to have an impact on somebody. You
Right.
know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's why God brought them into your life for that, so that you can do that again that you did
Yep.
when he was a kid.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But now you
Yep.
got twice, three times the blessings. You got two brand new grandchildren, grand godchildren.
Baby, look at here. I already told him, boy, that baby gonna be spoiled. You just don't know. She 2 years old. Yeah, she gonna
Oh,
be spoiled. I'm getting ready to. I was like, I can't wait to crochet because I already see stuff I want to crochet. I'm gonna crochet
listen,
her some of those socks you was talking about with
yes,
some scrunchie to put in her hair to go
yes,
with her socks. Yeah,
yes, yes.
yes,
Look,
indeed.
Lawrence Gordon said you forgot about her. Who's that said you forgot about that?
What I forget about?
In the comments? I'm trying to see what they said. Hold on, let me pay this toll. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Mona.
Oh my
Check
goodness,
out the
mom.
comments.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going back, but I don't see. You forgot about me. What I forget? How I forget about you? You're the best. I try to be the best. I'm still waiting on mine. What you waiting on? Uh-oh, I don't did I do something? Yes, I had overcome this IG thing. It takes up so much of my backyard. I was mad about it, but I'm over it and I'm still growing. Yeah, you keep on growing. If it don't work, try it again. Try again. Am I going backward? I'm going the wrong way. That was in the beginning. The last thing I see is yes, no sugar coating. Oh, so they saying that I forgot. Well, must have been that I forgot to send them something. Laura, what I forget to send you? Y'all playing with me, right?
Wait a
Don't.
minute, can y'all hear me? I'm back again. I was study talking,
I'm
shaking my
still
head like,
waiting on my package from Robin. Oh, you gonna be waiting?
wait, that was God's desire. I still gotta say, wait, God's desire. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I got something from Broke Farmer that's been sitting in the package. I gotta get to the post office and do it, y'all. I'm so sorry. I promise I'm sending it. I promise. I will get it out tomorrow. Everybody that I owe, I will get it out tomorrow. It sure has been sitting.
I
Mona,
always
know
had a
how I
saying
had
when I
your
was
box?
young. I
Huh?
always had a saying when I was young.
Yeah. What?
Look, it's always today. Tomorrow never comes, and
True.
yesterday never been here.
True. 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 So when I go back home, then I will make sure each package is at the door. That's what I need to do. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I come leave to go take my daughter's stuff, and I leave it
Uh-huh.
at the house. I forgot. All right. So number two. So the first one was resilience. I don't know if I saw the comments on resilience, so maybe that wasn't a challenge, a lesson for you guys. What about patience? What has the garden taught you about patience, Mona?
It you can't be
Patience.
in a hurry. You cannot
Yeah.
rush this stuff. It's gonna come when it wants to come, not when you want it to come. But you got to love on it. Still, you still got to water it. You still, have to do things, but you got to be patient to receive. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely. If you were not the type to have patience before gardening, I'm telling
garden gonna make
you,
you have
and
some.
look at Mona words, baby. That garden is gonna teach you some patience.
Yep.
And not just
And
my carrots, but listen, all around the garden, patience.
right.
And patience is a virtue. It's something that
Virtue
we should have. It says we don't pray for
already.
patience, but we're
I
blessed when we
did.
have patience.
I
You know what I
did.
mean?
When I was younger, I did. I prayed for patience
I used to
and
too.
and so God showed me that I already had patience because
Say
he
it
had me
again.
he had me crocheting. And when I started out crocheting, I used to frog a lot. And I
Ah,
kept on same project I took down 15 times till I realized, a
yeah.
whole lot of people ain't gonna take it down and start over for no 15 times of anything. That's
Right.
when I realized,
Right.
oh, you got to have patience. Take your time, relax, you'll
That's
get
right.
this.
That's
And
right.
when I took my
That's
time
right.
and I relaxed, I got it.
That's right.
You can't be in a hurry. If you trying to hurry up and do something, you're gonna mess up every time. You got to take your time and relax and do it. See, don't have
And
me come
God is
over here
always patient with
being
us. No,
extra
listen, we're good. It's listen. I please
in order
listen.
to. I learned that we
I
are not
patience.
in control.
The one thing that the garden is going to teach you, and that's why I said it's not just garden lessons, but these is also life lessons too that carry us from the garden to home to life to everything. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
patience, God has patience with us. We're always so much in that rush, Mona. We treat
Everybody
life
in a
like it's
hurry.
supposed to be on this fast pace. And you know what happens when we're impatient? We miss the lesson. We miss the blessing. We miss the education. We miss the connection. There's so much we miss in that process because we
Being in a
rush in
hurry.
it, you know,
Hmm.
in that hurry.
Hmm.
But I'm telling you, baby, that patience allows you to deal with life, the things that happen in life. Like, hey, like I know it's going to take 2 weeks, 5 to 10 days for these
Hmm.
sprouts to come up in the garden. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
Hey, when I'm dealing with other people, I'm being patient, understanding that they dealing with life too.
Hmm.
Life is life, and for them as well.
Yeah,
I
I have
often
friends
find that
think
the
that I'm
patience is
extra.
exercise, huh?
I have friends that think that I'm extra because every time we go through something, I'll tell them, okay, but everything's gonna be all right. We got to go through this storm, but everything is gonna be all right. And I say that
Right.
every time, everything gonna be all
And don't
right,
you make it
girl.
through?
Just
And don't you make it through?
we make it. We all make it through. We all,
Amen.
but we got to, take a step back and look at the situation. It's gonna be all right.
Right.
It's gonna be all right.
Right.
We just
Don't
got to
miss
go through
the
the storm.
lesson in it. Don't miss the lesson in it.
Yeah.
In all of the storms, you know what I mean? But like I was using the carrots as an example, it's not the only thing that fell in my garden. There's so my rose bushes this year, only two of them bloomed for me. The other ones got leaves, but I missed the flowers. And it could have been that I was rushing. It could have been that I was being impatient. I don't know. But I missed those flowers, those roses blooming in my garden. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
could have been rushing. I was out there, didn't want to be in the heat, jumping out there, tending to certain things that, required the immediate attention
Hmm.
and could have just missed those roses blooming. So we have to make sure that we don't miss the lesson. Patience teaches us that there's joy in that process. There's pain associated sometimes with our process of growing. There's so much in it to be had, and we got to look at it.
Girl,
Right.
what you
God
got
bless it. Don't
into?
miss
What
the
you
lesson
got
and the
into?
blessing.
What you got into today? Because all you want to do is preach all day. What you done got into today?
I
What have you
told
got
you,
into?
when something is on my mind heavy, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just feel like when God got it on your mind and it's constantly on your mind, He wants you to share it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
And I missed my live like 2 weeks in a row. It's probably because I was fostering this. And I told you it was started from garden lessons to garden blessings. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at what I'm learning in that process. And
Yeah.
it's not so much just about you guys, but just me sharing with you guys my journey and what I've learned. I've learned a lot from you guys. And the other thing in there is nature and nurture.
Mm.
It's like you mentioned earlier, in that process of being patient, you still got to tend to those things. And this, because sometimes we
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Huh.
I was out there.
Girl.
I had bought some lemongrass, and I had was putting the lemongrass in the soil. And I got a little frightened because with some spiders in my soil that we talked about this week. But I
Mm-hmm.
was out there and touching that soil. It is life. It is energy, and it ignites us. Touching that soil. That's why I say it's grounding because it's what we're made up of. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
What about you guys? Nature, nurture. She said,
Oh
God
yeah,
says you
that's
can't fear.
you end up grounding yourself. You was out there when you get out there and you putting your hand in the soil, you grounding yourself.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. We're connecting to the plants that we are bringing forth, the food that is going to nourish our body. Y'all know that's why it tastes so good because of the care that went into it. It's even in the food we make. In our kitchens, we can give life, but we can take away life just by being in our kitchen. The
Yep.
love that is put into that's why they call this soul food because it came cooking was part of our soul. That's how
Right.
much we poured into it. They say
Right.
there is soul in the ground. I was watching, I shared it on Instagram where they said that there is a pulse that can be felt. Y'all, somebody in the middle of the road. There is a pulse that can be felt and felt. There's a heartbeat that they said that can be felt in Africa. I think it was Ethiopia. They said that they were feeling a pulse beat in the
Yeah,
heart of
I heard
Ethiopia
something
in
like that.
Africa. Yeah, I was looking at that, and then I had to go look at it a little more and do some more research on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just um, we're connected to the earth, and
Right.
that's why we're
Right.
always
Right.
encouraged to touch that soil, grow. Who says it more than y'all about growing your own food? Everybody is saying it because there's that connectedness that nature has to us. That's God provides on earth. He said every herb that grows, every fruit and every vegetable and fruit bearing tree, like that's where our nourishment comes from. I told y'all the story of how I would I'm an emotional person. I really am an emotional person. I really believe like I'm kind of like empathic, but I also learned this week as well not to carry so much that doesn't belong to me. So when I go to sleep at night, I ask God to give back to the universe what I carry that don't belong to me. Because we go through life and we scrolling and we see all of these things, and I always feel so impactful when there are bad things that happen. And I always wish that there's something that I can do. But I say that to say, I always share the story of how, food was getting so expensive. And then God reminded me that things are growing in the ground that we didn't even plant seeds for, that He gives to us naturally. We just
Right.
learned to harvest what He gives to us. But naturally, it came up out of the earth,
Right. Right. Right.
and that's that nature and that's the nurturing because now we're tending to the things that God blessed us with, you know?
Yeah.
So nature and nurture. What about joy? Who's finding joy in their garden? Who's finding joy? What things
I
bring you
find some
joy?
sometimes. Sometimes I haven't. Well, I can say I found some the other day when I saw those doggone tomatoes that I wasn't expecting. They came up on their own.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yep, yep, and oh, they taste so good.
What
I
I
want.
love when
I'm
that
waiting for
happens.
it to. I'm waiting for it to. I'm waiting for it to turn red so I can go on and cook these tomatoes with that okra.
Yeah.
I might need to go on and get it prepared and get it ready.
Did you go out and get the okra?
I got one of them. I left one out there. I
Okay.
need to go out there and get it
Yeah.
because, and I didn't even know that one. I didn't even know it was there. I didn't even see that one. I pulled up all them weeds and found out, and I found the
Yeah.
extra okra. But I did throw a handful of okra seeds out there. Only
Okay.
three of them came up. But
Okay.
with all the weeds, I can see,
Da da
wow.
da. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I love when I find it gives me so much joy being out there watching all of that hard work come to fruition. That is my
Yeah.
biggest joy, knowing that all that work that I put into it, I did it, and I don't, she said every day, uh, knowing that, and then I get to provide some of this nourishment to my family and friends.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That
Yeah.
is like joy to me. Being able
Yeah.
to share gardening with other people, you guys encourage me so much. So I feel like each year I get bigger and better with the gardening. And that
Okay.
is joyful to me. It's because everything that I'm learning and I apply it and I get better and better. Even if things fail, you know what I mean? There's still
Yeah.
so much, there's more joy in it than, the challenges, you know? And
Hmm.
if I don't fail, I don't learn.
Right. 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 Because when you
How?
fail, that makes you learn. That makes you pay attention. When you get hurt, you pay attention.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If everything is all hunky dory, you don't learn nothing, you don't feel nothing, you just la 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 la. Mm-hmm.
Going
Yeah,
through it thinking everything is okay. Who was I watching? I think that was Kiki Palmer. She said she was in a movie with Eddie Murphy, right?
yeah.
And she was sharing the story how she thought she was killing the role. She thought she was doing her thing, and when Eddie Murphy was applauding, she thought he was applauding for how good she was doing. And she turned around and told her he was only acting.
Ha!
And she said it made her do some self reflection.
Right. See?
But those being able to find joy in there and sharing it with others to me is the greatest joy part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't get upset with my neighbor when he took a bite out the tomato and then grabbed the other two and hurry up and ate them.
Oh.
It didn't upset me.
Hmm.
Usually I'm quick. I can go to 0 to 10 in 1 second. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yes.
didn't, and it actually thrilled me because his action let me know how good it was. It was
Mm.
that good to where he just snatched it and popped them both in his mouth and like, oh, he ain't had that taste in a long time. I get it and I
Not
understand.
that natural.
But but you know what? Some more
Yeah.
gonna come up because I was out there yesterday messing with
Uh,
it, and it was some tomatoes that was laying down on the ground, well in the pot.
yes. Yes.
You know what I did, right?
Ah.
I squeezed it, let that juice fall out, and covered it up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Like, okay, here we
Listen,
go. We gonna get
when I
some more.
find them like that, I give them back. Those purple beauties that I got, the not the tomato ones, the chocolate ones. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they fell to the cut them right on open, put it right under the soil. Yeah,
What?
yes I did because it split. Not sure if a bug was in it or whatever, So I gave it
Mm-hmm.
back to the soil. Okay, we're gonna have some more tomatoes either this season or next.
You know what I need to do is put that umbrella up so I can start some seeds outside.
Yeah,
and so the
that's
sun
I'm gonna
won't
put
touch
up for
it,
the
but it
community
still have
garden.
the light.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
heat today wasn't too bad.
Girl.
Today was all right.
Well,
Y'all know it rained all last night, but today was okay. It wasn't that cool. I mean, it wasn't that hot. It was hot, but I came out when it was cool.
well, you over there. It was hot
Yes, and
here.
I'll be 3 hours in the garden, uh, just trying to get things done. I am a so the other thing I learned about me, well, I already knew it about me. I like to finish what I start.
Okay.
So if I'm working in there and there's an area that I need to get to, and I started, I gotta finish it. So I was cleaning up the garden, and I was determined to get it all cleaned up. Like I wasn't, I couldn't let it keep going on, y'all. It was cardboard everywhere, you know. It all cleaned up, and once it was cleaned up, I sat back, and it was just so beautiful to me. There was space in the garden that I made and have, that I didn't have before because everything was everywhere. I had so many of the little cups and things from the starts that I bought.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just happy to get it done, and I was determined, y'all, not to leave that going until it was done.
Y'all stretching me thin, boy. I tell you. Uh-oh. That's
What
you.
happened?
That's you with that
That's me
beeping noise.
beeping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm parking.
Okay. Don't run nothing over.
No, my car tell me you too close.
What in the world? Oh, doggone.
I'm gonna tell you, they was having an okra challenge.
Somebody's
Where you
having an
drink
okra
okra
challenge?
water. Dr. Bobby
Where?
Price had an okra challenge.
What?
Yeah,
I
it was
never I
okra
never
water.
I never got a chance to drink it.
Bye, Laura's Garden. Have a good one. Thank you for coming over, love. But yep, they had okra water. You had to drink okra water for a week. No other
Oh,
liquids,
a
just okra
week?
water. I think it was a week. It might have been, but knowing him, it probably was a month. But I just saw it for a week. I saw some people were doing it for a week, but he had the challenge. Yeah, he has a group
Oh.
where they was doing okra water. Yep,
I wish I had more okra. I would try it. Cause they say
I
that
know,
okra
right?
water is good collagen. I think that's
Hey,
what I
Gulf Coast
saw.
Annie.
Hey,
Yep,
Charlotte.
yep. But so gratitude. We're talking about harvest, hard work, how your hard work pays off, effort, dedication, and all the rewards that we get back from our garden. Um, right now, my the community garden, the cucumbers are doing amazing. I didn't do good with cucumbers in my own garden, but I'm doing really good with cucumbers in this other garden. But y'all, the squash and zucchini, they all look just amazing this year. I got two, maybe three cucumbers last year, if I'm correct. But the rewards that you get from your garden blessing you with so many things is it. a beautiful, beautiful lesson because that translates into life. Like all of the hard work and that we pour into other projects and things like our crocheting, and different things like that. When we see other people face when we make things for them or we're making it for ourselves and the compliments and things that we get, that's just another blessing for us that we get from it.
Okay.
Anybody else, your gratitude from the hard work that pays off from the garden? And we talked about joy, garden, hard work, and gratitude. Let's see, nature, nurture, patience, resilience, and humility. What has the garden taught you to be humble about?
Mm.
Anything? Humility, and that's also with like letting go. Um, or let's see, how to trust the process.
I'm learning.
Uh,
I'm learning that slowly but surely.
yeah, I like I said, I let go of them carrots, even though I've talked about them all evening.
Yeah, let it go, girl. You all right?
Yep, I let that go. I bought seeds and everything, but again, my rose bushes they did not turn out as I planned it. And I don't know if y'all remember, but last year I was drawing how I wanted my garden to look. Like I'm drawing, and I'm always getting containers and new pots and things on how it's supposed to be. And my garden ended up being just beautiful. How it turns out to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Like instead of me trying to meticulously have things in this place and when this bloom, this is what it's gonna look like and this what that's gonna look like. But just the fact that it just gives me so much bounty from it, all the rewards I get from it. I've learned to like just let that go about how it's supposed to look as opposed to the blessings that I get from it. You know what I'm saying? So it has definitely humbled me because everything was glamour. My garden's got to be glamorous.
Look, that's why I don't show mine because I don't want nobody saying nothing about what junk I got in my yard. Don't come in my yard. This is my yard. This is my space. If I want it to be junky, it's gonna be junky. It's
That's
a
the truth,
mess.
though.
Look, it's a mess. But then when people
Mine's
see my
was
day, man,
too.
ain't a mess. What's wrong with you? To me, it's a mess.
It may not be, but again, that's the humility is that we're gardening not for what other people think.
Right.
We're gardening because we're nurturing ourselves. We're providing, you know, food and things for ourselves. Our garden is a healing place. You know, Charlotte says, "I love my garden. The best when it looks like a
All the
jungle in
time.
there."
I forgot to
That
drop
is
my
the
video.
truth. You did? Oh, you didn't drop that one there.
No, I forgot. I forgot.
I love it, y'all. The best thing I did is I
No, I
walked
dropped the
in
video
my
today. I
garden.
dropped
You
it.
did drop it? I didn't see it. I didn't get it. Oh, I do got two
Yeah,
notifications.
I
I didn't
dropped
look
the
at them.
the persimmon video today.
Oh, but all of my neighbors in my backyard have these beautiful gardens. Like they look like jungles. And I know to them
Good.
it is the world. And I told them guys, so here I am starting something else. Have a neighborhood garden club in my community where I live at. I saw all of these beautiful gardens. Lots of them are just growing flowers. I only saw maybe two or three people that's actually growing a fruit garden like me.
Yeah.
But I thought it was such a beautiful thing to see and to see that other people are doing it too. Like I thought that was like I just was so I was just walking down there, guys, just so humble looking at everybody's garden. It was just so beautiful, and I'm loving that there's more people around me that I know now that are gardening.
Yeah. I
You
bet
know,
there's a lot of people in my neighborhood gardening is just they not, you know, we don't talk to each other. We don't communicate with each other.
right?
Like
That's
I
how
have
mine was
neighbors
too.
on this side of me.
Uh-huh.
I know the lady's name, but I don't remember the man's name. He will speak when
Mhm.
I'm outside. He'll carry a conversation. And on the other
Yeah.
side, I know the young couple and the kids because the kids love me. And then there's
Yeah.
a
Oh.
couple across the way. We'll wave, but I don't know their name. They don't know my name. They don't know nothing about me. I don't know nothing about
Yeah.
them. And then I got these other neighbors over here. We don't talk to each other at all. We'll wave.
Uh,
We'll
yeah.
wave. But
Yeah.
we don't know each other. We don't talk to each other. I can't tell you
Yeah.
what's in their backyard. They can't tell you what's in mine.
Right. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't
way
want
to
you to know.
strike up conversation. Who was that? Was that Miss Gail? Who was that that said they put a table at the end? I know a girlfriend of mine. She when she has excess vegetables and stuff, she put it on the
Mm-hmm.
table and sit it on in the front of her house, like outside. The gate. She put it out there so people can come get it. But that might
Mm-hmm.
be a nice conversation starter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
To see if anybody else is growing.
yeah. I don't want to know.
You only
I
know
don't.
one of your neighbors too, guys. I know a couple. So let me tell you, my neighbor Mike, that's to the left of me. I don't know if y'all remember last year I gave him. He was telling me how the tree in the back of our houses completely.
See, he got the touch. He know what to do.
He'd be like, "Well, if you make room in there, if it don't survive, I'll give you some more." And then every couple months, he'll say to me, "You ready for some more aloe?"
Have you ever thought
But
about everything is not for everybody? Now there might
yes,
be something that you grow that he can't grow, but you know how
that's
to
the
it
humility.
grows for you. You know, everything is not for everybody. Everybody have their own thing that they're supposed to do. That's
Right. That's a beautiful lesson, Mona, because that's absolutely true. And that was one of the humbling things, experiences for me, is accepting the fact that I can't grow everything. And I'm not going to be great at growing everything. I'm not great at everything. And just because a person may see, and and I'll get to that too. Just because someone may see you with the gift of saying crocheting or see you with the gift of growing, I'm not great at growing everything, and I don't crochet everything. You know what I mean? I am
right,
only exercising the gift that God makes me good at. Will
right,
I
right.
try my hand at things? Yes, because
And you try it. Right,
I try it.
right,
Absolutely.
right,
And
right.
to me, gardening is also a gift. And that was one of the things that I've been accepting lately, is saying gardening is a gift, because everybody can't do it. Everybody don't have the space to do it. You know what I mean? Everybody don't know how to do it. Like you're saying, that may not be our forte. I may be good at just crocheting and this. Me, but that's the humility that's the humbling experience I learned, is accepting the things that I am good and being grateful for those things that I'm good at. And then I can rely on the rest of y'all for the rest of it. Just like you was telling me about the compost bin. I thought I was doing my thing in my little old compost bin, but now I want to get bigger. I want to get better.
Yep, I end up getting two garbage cans. Actually, I
You
have
did.
I have three, but the other one I use that to take the trash to that's in the back, and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna keep it, so I use that one back and forth instead of
Yeah.
piling up with the cans in the front. I just have
Right.
that one for the back, and just when it fills up, I'll take it on out there and let them, get it.
Yeah.
But I'm
And so
thinking
I
this
have
time
one
these things are
already.
too heavy. They might not take it.
Ah. Ah. They had a
Yeah, it's
strike on
heavy.
trash in Philly. But I have one that I've used to catch rainwater, and then I have two of those 5 gallon orange box buckets. So one, y'all know, I collect all of the leaves and weeds and
Yeah, I gotta try the beef again. Mhm. Y-
still now. I don't know why.
Here, it
Maybe
I'm
it's going
thinking
in
you're
and
in a
out.
bad
I'm in
spot
Philly.
because you keep going in and out.
Oh, okay.
I can
Yeah,
hear
I am
you.
in
I
Philly.
can hear you very well. They having
I know,
issues
but
with you.
oh, I'm sorry, guys, and I'm study rambling on. I
It's
apologize
going
about that. I
on
hope
and
you
on
got
and on and on. But see, I keep
that.
trying to tell you, you got to slow down, take a breath. You know?
You did say that. You
Yeah.
did. Gulf Coast Insurance said those beats are not for me. I haven't been good at beets either. I got some beets growing now that
Yeah.
look good. Now, when I
Okay.
first started gardening, I did beets. They did
Okay.
good. But the past year, they didn't do good at all. I got like little tiny ones, you know.
So when you do your beats, when do you take your seeds and just broadcast them, or do you put a hole and separate it so many apart or all that, or do you just broadcast them out there?
So I would separate them. I would put them out there, and then I come back and try to make sure they're spaced out, right? And sometimes that don't work for me. Sometimes I think the plants are harmed. She said she had
Oh.
10 years of trying. I said her beets are struggling too. What's some other struggle plants, guys? What's some other struggle plants? And that way we all know and we're sharing with each other and who got great advice on it will help us. You know what I mean? With it. Because I know you guys have been helping me tremendously with the carrots.
I need to walk away for a
So do
second. I'll
you
be right back.
broadcast? Okay.
I'll be right
Do
back.
you guys just broadcast? Okay. Do you guys broadcast your seeds? Or you meticulous like me and following the seed packet and it should be this and it should be that? Today, no, yesterday, what did I plant? I planted melons yesterday. What else did I plant? I planted melons. I planted, what else I put? I put the canary melons out there, honeydew melons, cantaloupe out there. I bought some more carrot seeds, guys. I'm trying to think what else did I. Oh, so I got some lettuce because lettuce is. I made a list of all of the things that I'm going to succession plant now. The carrots are one of them. Well, actually, a succession plan mean I had to be successful first. So I won't do the carrots again. I got some beets and turnips that I'm going to put out there. I made a whole stack of all the ones. I want to do my brassicas. I want to do some kale. Oh, you do the square foot garden? Yeah, I probably need to do that. I have space, guys, in my raised beds. The containers are all full. My all full. And I mean, the squash, pumpkin, the tomatoes, guys, all look amazing. Peppers all look amazing. And I had a lot of starts. I had some from seed, but I had a lot of starts that I had to do. My seeds just wasn't germinating right for me. So I did go get a lot of starts, especially when they start dropping to $1. And let me see what else is a struggle out there. What are anybody growing flowers? What about your flowers? My flowers didn't do good this year. I just dropped some calendula. I just dropped some. echinacea. What else did I drop? Some wildflowers in the one of the towers because the heat had got so bad it kind of burnt down my strawberries. Like they got scorched. They're surviving. I cut off the bad leaves and
Yeah.
I just put some fresh soil around it and they've perked back up. I just want to make sure that I keep watering it, hoping that the sun don't keep scorching it as we move closer into this heat. But my one of my strawberries, and I have some strawberries that have already started to find their way into making some and further into the bed. I think, and then when the strawberries get in there, they take over. I think that that's going to end up turning out to be just a strawberry bed if the strawberries take over that bed. Let me see. Um, Squash because of the vine boards. Ugh, don't go because of the weather. Yeah, it's
I
too
gave
hot
my
here.
yard break this year. No squash, so that I don't get the vine borers. So
Uh huh.
hopefully next year I'll be able to do some squash and don't have to worry about if I'm gonna get vine borers or not. Cause I
Right.
really, I think I got some last year, so that's why
Mhm.
I was like, let me give it a break this year.
Okay. Yeah. Them bugs is ugly. I was out there checking to make sure because I told you I was shoe flying that little butterfly, the white one, out of my garden. I told you my neighbors might think I'm nuts. Desire says she broadcasts. Only thing she broadcasts is her carrots. Um, uh, do y'all remember last year we had some really bad heat that nothing was growing till like the midsummer? But yeah, so I did Cosmos did good for me last year. My zinnias, I planted the seeds. I'm hoping I see them sprout soon. Um, it's so funny, but I went to the boxes store, blue box, orange box. All the people that was there were saying the same thing. I even went when I went to the garden nursery. They were saying the same thing. People was not buying the lavender because everybody was saying when they get it, it's just not surviving. It is not surviving. I got one right. It's sitting in my greenhouse. Still, the little flowers that was left on, it's still literally sitting there after all the winter, after all the spring. It's still sitting there. It ain't grown none. But it didn't completely remove those little flowers. They just stuck there like they frozen in time. And I buy lavender 3 or 4 times.
Uh-oh, see them froze up, y'all. Yeah, you did. On my side. Yep,
Can you guys see me now
yeah,
and hear me?
we can see you, but you kind of buffing every now and then.
Okay. Yeah, she said beasts don't. Jane Doe said beasts don't like the extreme heat, and that's what I'm walking into now. That extreme heat. But hey, guys, we are whose channel we heading over to? Jessica's channel, Mona.
Yeah, I think so. Is she on? I don't know. Let me. I can't
Yep,
tell
she here.
if she's on yet because I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay,
You
I
know
see you,
that?
Jessica. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. I appreciate everybody that came over here to hang out. Oh, 10:20. She said 10:20. 10:20 Eastern. 9:20
Nine
Central.
20 our time.
Yes.
So that means in 20 minutes. That's
Yeah,
so sweet.
14 on my side.
Okay.
She said she a little slow getting ready tonight.
Okay.
It's okay. So I'm gonna run through that. Thank you, Goku Granny. I apologize, guys. So I'm just gonna tell you just some of the life lessons and blessings from the garden. One, as I talked about, is patience. If you do watch the replay, just go on in there and comment and let me know some of the lessons you learned from gardening, some of the lessons, or or if you got both, one or the other, just put in the comments and share with me. I'd love to hear about your journey or read about your journey. But patience was one that we talked about tonight. Resilience is another that we talked about tonight. Nature and nurture we talked about tonight. Hard work talked about tonight. Um, Gratitude we talked about tonight. Some of the lessons.
You buffing again.
Let's see. I can get over here. Maybe it's better. Humility. I'm wrapping up. Humility. And one of the biggest things that I learned, guys, is that gardening can be therapy. Gardening can definitely be therapy if
It
you
is
find
therapy.
that you need a. It's actually physically therapy. So not only is it emotional therapy and um, mental therapy, spiritual therapy. It's also physical therapy because it takes a lot of hard work. We talked about the hard work that we put into the garden and maintaining things and getting things to grow. So those are all some of the lessons and blessings that we learn that I've learned in the garden that some of you guys may share with me. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Find joy, find peace in not just little moments, but don't let life fly by you. Don't allow life to be rushed by you. Take some time, slow down, and enjoy your process. Enjoy what nature and life and gardening is trying to show you and teach you. And then share it with somebody else. If you found it a blessing, if you found it a lesson, share it with somebody else like we do in this community. I don't know what you guys are doing tonight, but we're all heading over to Jessica's channel. We're gonna be crocheting flowers tonight. I don't. And then we're going to Mona's channel at 12. So if you're up and you're hanging out, it's this Thursday night. I know some people may have to work, but all of the night crew, anybody that want to hang out, we're going over to Jessica's channel first, and then we're going to Mona's channel at midnight. Mona, anything last you want to share with everybody?
It takes patience to be in the garden.
I know we always end with that. Good night, everybody. I'm so humble. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to become a subscriber. And we'll see you guys in these YouTube streets.
Bye.